Hello and welcome to today's episode of The Untold, the show for this week. Of course, we're having a linguistic week. By that, I mean we're having students from all over the country who are sitting here, who are in Kuwait, learning Arabic.
Yes, and I think that's wonderful. I had no idea so many people came from abroad to learn Arabic in Kuwait. That was quite a shock to me, but it actually makes a lot of sense to immerse yourself in the culture. And I'm really happy that they chose Kuwait as their place of study.
Honestly, the thing about Kuwait is that we have such a distinctive culture, that's deeply rooted in heritage and everything. So to see foreigners come here and be ingrained in our culture, and on top of that, learn Arabic, which is the roots of all of us, it's honestly fascinating. It brings warmth to my heart.
It brings warmth to my heart as well, especially because Armenia has such a rich and diverse history itself and such an amazing culture. So I'm curious to see what our guests have to say about their experiences here in Kuwait.
Yeah, and if you are curious, our audiences are curious, we're going to take a break and we'll come right back with them. And we are back on The Untold with Isabella and Luisa, two Armenian students who are studying Arabic here in Kuwait. First, welcome on The Untold.
Thank
Thank you very much.
It's wonderful to have you guys. I want to ask you, why did you choose to study Arabic?
From the school, I was interested most of the time in history, especially international relations. So I was thinking maybe I should choose one language also, except from English and my tongue language. So I chose Arabic because not only for the language, because Arab history, its rich culture, traditions, and also for calligraphy because I love very much painting. So now I want to improve my calligraphy skills here.
What about you?
Arabic is one of the most important languages in the world, I think, and I choose to learn Arabic because I love that language, and for me it is the source of Arab history and culture. That's why I choose.
So, when you first studied Arabic, did you think that the language was hard? Was it difficult? Or did you find it relatively easy to learn it?
At first, it was hard, but when you learn and when you immerse yourself in language, then it becomes easier. And you love very much grammar, especially, because it's very logical, and when you know the rules, it becomes really easier for you.
Well, I feel like Arabic grammar is quite complicated.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's really complicated.
So,
But it's so interesting to
Yeah.
learn.
so I guess you guys like the challenge of learning the
Yes,
words and the
the-
grammar and everything.
Yeah.
Each word has a meaning, a deep meaning, especially in Arabic.
Yeah, no, it
Yeah.
does. And it can have multiple meanings depending on the
Yeah.
dialect or
Yeah.
the situation as well. So that's what makes it like such a rich language sometimes.
Yeah.
So you mentioned you want to immerse yourself. Is that why you chose to do it in Kuwait so that you could learn
Yeah,
from the
I
locals
really
as well?
want to improve, but the different part for me is the dialect, and I also here I felt it.
Yeah, like we have the main Arabic that everyone speaks that is the
Yeah.
formal Arabic, but every country has their own version of
Yes,
Arabic as
yes,
well. So that can confuse a lot of people.
But
Yeah.
that also has its beauty, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and also, even here in Kuwait, we have so many dialects. So when you say you found dialect hard, it's like, okay, which one of them? Because
Yeah.
all of them are different. I do want to ask you something about, the first time you came to Kuwait. Did you have a culture shock? Did you have, because I know people are immediately taken by the hotness of the weather.
Yes.
But then outside of that, like what are things about being in Kuwait felt surprising to you?
When I came to Kuwait, my first impression was a balance between modern development and tradition. And upon arriving, I was fascinated by how modern architecture and traditional customs coexist harmoniously. And yes, first when I came, it took me some weeks to get used to with climate.
Yeah, for me during the first week was the difficult part for me was the weather, but not only the heat weather, but the contrast between outside and inside. I was oppressed by the heat weather, and it was unusually cold for me inside. That's why the first week I was quite ill with sore throat and fever, but now I'm getting used to it.
Oh, I'm sorry that you got sick, but it's so understandable
Yeah.
because people aren't aware that in Kuwait, even though it's so hot, we don't feel it
Yeah.
because there's air conditioning everywhere. And for instance, even now in the studio, it's very cold.
Yes.
So when you go outside, it's a completely different experience. So that I can imagine that being something quite tricky to get used to.
Yeah.
Was there something else that was quite hard to adjust to living in Kuwait?
My first impression was quite mixed when we arrived, but once we reached the dormitory and met the staff and started communicate with people, building connections, I realized that I could adapt to this environment, and I believe I did.
That's wonderful.
For me, daily routine, and additionally, I was trying to understand local customs as I wanted to be so respectful. However, that difficulties gradually became opportunities to learn more about the culture and its way of life.
Well, thank you. I want to thank you for that because I feel like a lot of people forget to respect the cultures of where they go.
Yeah.
In Armenia, are there any customs or cultures that we should be aware of if we travel there?
Not that much.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, and speaking of way of life, I'd imagine for us, Kuwaitis, we go to work, we go home, and that's basically it. But it's really fascinating and curious to me to know, how do you spend your time here?
We go a lot of places. We discover the country. Every week we can go different places and try new dishes, for example, and that is interesting for us.
I think one of the advantages of studying here is that we are not studying only a specific subject, but our days we no longer share with our families and the people we have known for a long time, but instead with foreigners who over time become our friends, our international friends. We have become very good friends. In the morning we are going to classes, then after time we have quite a lot of time. So we want to discover the cultural places especially.
That does make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And I think once you find the right community of people, you can always adapt to any kind of place that you're in. So I'm really glad that you guys found people to get along with. And I want to ask you as well, since you're studying at Kuwait University, has that shaped or changed your view of education? How are you finding it there?
Studying in Kuwait University has shaped my academic experience in a conversational and interactive way because we don't concentrate on specific things, for example, projects or I don't know, something like that. We concentrate on speaking and exchanging ideas. That is so interesting because we know a lot of things about our traditions or each other.
Also, we have been only 2 months here, but we already see the changes.
Yes.
For example, during our lectures, we learn not only Arabic, but also our teacher introduces us to the culture and traditions. And even if we are not yet able to express ourselves and our thoughts as we would in our native language, but that doesn't stop us because the role of our lecture is great in this. Especially, that's why we are really grateful for our lecturer, Dr. Khalid, because we discuss a lot of interesting topics, and we are trying to speak a lot as we can, even if we are making mistakes.
Well, making mistakes is how you learn.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you've got to get a very well-rounded education happening here, where it's not just the topic, but a broad range of things to help you understand the culture and the country.
Yeah, honestly, I think by doing mistakes is scientifically proven that that's how you learn. So hopefully that's a good approach to learning. I do want to ask you about something is that when you first came to Kuwait, now you said it's been 2 months, right?
Yes.
So how long does the program usually last for?
It lasts for a year.
A year,
Yeah.
okay. And do you have that year planned out, or are you just taking it day by day?
We are taking it day by day. Yeah.
Go
I
ahead.
was just gonna ask, like, out of those 2 months, what was your favorite place you've been to in Kuwait so far? It's gotta be Mbarkiya.
Yeah, I truly recommend that place because if you want to feel the atmosphere and culture, walk around, immerse yourself in Arab environment, especially when you're offered Arabic coffee and sweets. Look at the shop signs written in Arabic calligraphy. That's why I think Al-Mubarakia is a good place for visiting.
Are there any other places you've been to that you like?
Yes, Hadiq al-Shahid. I like that place very much. And also Kuwait Towers.
Well, you still have a lot of time to go to many places.
Yes.
And now that it's winter in Kuwait, there's going to be a lot of outdoor activities as well, which you should definitely experience. Like if you have any friends, get them to take you to a kashta, because that's like an experience everyone in Kuwait loves in the winter time. It's like a camping thing in the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
want
should
to
definitely do
visit.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing about Keshta here is that, words cannot describe it. So it's always, for me, whenever I'm talking to people from outside Kuwait, just take the opportunity to go, because being in the desert, out there alone among the stars, is really something you can't find in a lot of other countries, but here. So take that opportunity
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
winter time to go.
Of course we will.
Yeah.
Also, in regards to your university life, was there anything you learned from class or from a friend that you wouldn't have just gotten from a textbook?
Yeah, that's one of the advantages of studying here, because we are learning about each other every day. For example, we have good friends from Iran, and when we are talking with each other and they start to talk with each other, we accidentally hear some common words and that we also use in our language.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yes.
and we start exchange our languages.
I do want to ask you, Luisa, about something. You mentioned that you're also trying to study calligraphy.
Yeah.
And because I know Arabic, especially our writing, is very distinctive and it's hard to adapt for, different languages. Did you find that difficulty?
In Arabic, I think the most beautiful thing in Arabic I find its letters, because I really want to improve my calligraphy skills, and that it will be one of my skills, I think.
Honestly, that's a really beautiful skill to have,
Yeah.
and I commend you on trying that because it is very gorgeous. And there are a lot of places in Kuwait you can go to that really showcase the beauty of these things. But we're going to go on a short break now, and then I hope we can discuss this some more. Stay tuned for after the break.
Welcome back on this Armenian edition of the Untold. And of course, we can't go over Armenia without asking you if someone like me, wanted to go and explore Armenia, because before the break, we talked about locations. But what about food? Because I know Armenia has very great, foods. So what would you recommend for us?
First of all, tolma. This is our traditional
No.
food. Yes. And there is a lot of beautiful places in Armenia you can visit. For example, Garnigegart. I think a lot of people know about this place.
I would recommend in Armenia to visit Khorvirab. It's a very old ancient church. And from the foods, I would definitely recommend dolma also. It's very tasty.
Is that your favorite food in Armenia?
Yeah.
It does sound like it, and it does sound delicious. Abdullah actually has experience trying Armenian food abroad. I haven't had the good fortune to, so I'm very curious about what it tastes like. But speaking of food, what about in Kuwait? Is there any food here that has called your interest?
Actually, one of my routine has become the rice.
Yeah,
Yeah, we are
Aish.
eating a lot of rice here.
You're making matbous?
Have you
And-
tried matbous?
No.
You will end up trying it, I think. When you meet a Kuwaiti friend, they will definitely make you try some of the more local things. But what have you tried that you like?
I tried kenafa.
Delicious.
Yeah, it's very delicious. And also all the sweet. I think Arabian sweets very good.
Different.
Yeah, the taste at the beginning was a little bit different, but we are getting used to it.
I think you guys share a sweet tooth with me because I
Yeah.
also have a big sweet tooth. Is there any sweets in Armenia that we should know about?
Yes, pahlava.
Okay.
That is unique sweet in Armenia. And
And also gata, which is made especially in Garnigegart. Yeah.
All right. I need to go look these up because I love sweet.
Yeah, honestly, I'm getting hungry.
Abdullah's a foodie and I have a huge
Yeah.
sweet tooth. So both of us, I think, have been getting quite hungry just talking
Yeah.
about the food.
And also, the people behind this program have a knack for not making us eat food for
Yes.
some reason. They always treat us, with a lot of cruelty. They make us feel hungry on this show. Yeah. I do want to ask you something different about the food aspect, because that's something, as much as we love food, I do gotta ask you about something. Being in Kuwait, I know it's been a relatively short time, for 2 months, but have you adapted any of our maybe day-to-day cultures, our phrases, or have you caught anything from us?
yes, I picked up Kuwaiti ways of teasing and making jokes, and some words from our professor, because we say a lot of strange things. He uses words like lesh and shunu.
Yeah.
A lot.
Even if we are talking in our native language, we automatically say lesh. Yeah.
That's the immersion. It's
very
like you're
tasty.
getting the words. I'm really happy to hear that. Has anything really funny or memorable happened that can only happen to someone who's studying abroad?
I think it could really happen even before coming here.
Yeah?
We had a lot of experiences.
Oh, like what?
We got lost.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, the taxi dropped us different place.
Okay.
But we found right place.
I'm glad you found it because Kuwait, bless it, I think you can find your way quite easily here.
Yeah.
It's not as big as some other cities or could be.
Yeah. And also, if you are lost in Kuwait, wherever you look, you can find a restaurant. So at least you can be lost with good food instead of being lost without any good food.
Because
Yeah.
people are very hospitable here, so they helped us really.
Yes.
Is that something similar to your culture?
Yeah, Armenian people also are like that.
So you didn't feel any like homesickness or anything yet?
No, at first it was a bit unfamiliar to me, but I understood that if you want to adjust in environment, you should have respect and not only toward elders, but also peers, regardless of your culture, religious and language difficulties and differences. Even our daily routine very different from others, but yet we have a lot of respect with each other.
Well, thank you so much for that. That's wonderful. And I think the fact that you're able to identify similarities in the culture and also find people who are hospitable or friends help ease that homesickness. Because me and Abdullah have both studied abroad as well. So we are familiar with the feeling of feeling like missing home or culture differences. But once you adapt and you get to know the right people, any place can feel like home, really, I feel.
When we came to Kuwait, even the first day, people were so welcoming, kind, and after 1 week, I was like, I am home.
That makes us feel really proud, I think.
Yeah, honestly, it makes us feel really happy, especially for having such a welcome community. It makes us feel proud, like Lujan said, and happy, extremely grateful for it. Because I know from studying outside, the feeling of homesickness, it doesn't really go away. You just deal with it. So has it gone away for you too, or are you just still dealing with it?
Yeah, it has gone because of especially of our dormitory staff. We really became very close friends with our classmates, with our lecturer, and we don't notice that.
We gotta have Dr. Khalid here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you've said nothing but good words about him. I'm
Yeah.
really curious to, thank you, Dr. Khalid.
Yeah.
We want to join his class now as well. Maybe we'll learn new things too. But I'm really happy you guys got to find like a professor you like, a uni you like, and meeting friends. Is there anything else you could tell us about your experience?
We are having a lot of experience day by day. At first, in the beginning, I would recommend students that equipped with patience and enthusiasm. Even if in the beginning you could be discouraged, but it will pass, and day by day, it will become your memorable experiences.
And speaking of memorable experiences, after your year of studies is over, do you plan to take your studies to your professions? Do you plan to further your studies? Or, what's the goal after finishing learning Arabic here?
I want to be a diplomat, and for that, I think Arabic is important.
I'm very interested in linguistic studies, so that's why I want to improve my Arabic and study it very deep, not only for speaking, but grammar and other things.
That's really cool. I think that me and Abdullah sometimes take for granted like how rich our language is and how people might view it as very important or want to study it. And for instance, how you said it's very important for diplomatic things,
Yes.
which is so true. But because it's just the language that you have here, you don't think about it in the same way. So I love talking to people like you who see the beauty that you sometimes remind us of how beautiful and rich our own culture and history are.
Yeah, we want to learn, we want to read Arabic literature in its native language, not the translations.
That's
Yeah,
understandable
yeah.
because Arabic, like especially the poetry, is very rich
Yes.
and
Very
very
true.
strong and has so many metaphors and beautiful language. So a lot of things are best in their native language, I think.
So have you, dove into Arabic novels and poetry, or is that, further steps ahead?
Yes, at university we have learned about some novel
Novels. Yeah.
novels. Yes, like Lam Tati by Mahmoud Darwish.
Yeah,
I like
Mahmoud
it.
Darwish.
I like it very much.
Well, I can give you two recommendations who are my absolute favorite, you know, Arabic authors, poets. Nizar Ghabbani, of course. I'm pretty sure you know. Yeah, and Fahd Askar, which is our own. He was a Kuwaiti poet. So if you want to know about the beauty of the Arabic language, read from those two because they're going to share you a wealth of honestly amazing, beautifully written Arabic language.
And also, I think the novels of Naguib Mahfouz.
Najib Mahfouz, yeah.
Yeah.
He was one of the few novels who
Who
has
won
a
the
Nobel
Nobel Prize.
Nobel Prize.
Yes.
Really?
Arab-
Yeah.
I
first
didn't know
Arab-
that. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
First Arab writer was.
So are you at the stage in your learning where you can read those, or are you taking those as a learning studies? Like, can you actually read it from the first page to the last page, or are you still taking notes and everything? Like, where are you in the learning process?
We are trying to read it, but our teacher really helped us with grammatical phases, and that's why we take notice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking is that you're early on, right? So the road ahead, especially because it's in Arabic, the road ahead is monumental. So I do want to wish you all the best, right? Because Arabic is one of the hardest languages to me personally. So to see you tackle this beautiful language is honestly an amazing accomplishment.
We hope we will learn Arabic.
I think you will, especially because you have the passion for it.
Yeah.
Because even us as Kuwaitis growing up, learning Arabic in school and then the formal Arabic, the grammar, all the different dialects that happen, it can be confusing even to a local or to Arabs. So I want to just say, well done, you guys, because it's not an easy task that you've had. Is Armenia a difficult language as well?
Yeah, Armenia, one of the ancient languages in the
Oh,
world.
really? An
It's
ancient
also-
language?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
very-
heard you guys have a lot of history.
Yeah,
Yes.
a lot rich, like Arab culture.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I love seeing the similarities between different cultures like this.
Yeah, honestly, and the thing about a lot of European countries that their history is rooted to the history of the world, right? So all of them have their own unique flavors and their own unique cultures. And to know so much about Armenia from you two is honestly amazing. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
So, has living in Kuwait shaped your confidence or view of things in a different way?
Yes, because here being a lot of things that I should face alone, far from home and family, so that build my confidence and independence.
I think the level of responsibility here is higher, not only toward yourself but also toward others. Even though we studied in the same university in the same class, but here we are sharing our daily life, which has its challenges and easy moments. And also with our international friends, so we have mutual respect for each other. That's very important.
That's good. I mean, friendship is always important. And because we are running out of time, I do want to leave you with one last question. Is when this whole experience is over, what is something from this experience you're going to take back home? And I'm not talking about like, work or profession, like something personal.
I think I will definitely remember the sunsets because here the sunset has a unique kind of beauty. Of course, they look beautiful over the sea, but even if we step outside the dormitory, the sky here is has unique kind of beauty, really.
I would say the people I met and the memories we made.
That's really beautiful. And I agree, we have some very beautiful sunsets, like the desert sunset. We
Yeah.
get all the colors in the sky and it's wonderful.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you again for joining us today and for sharing with us with your experience. And I'm sure you're going to just keep learning more and have more adventures every day. And you will, I think, have a really beautiful time. I know me and Abdullah loved our experiences abroad, and I'm sure you guys are going to have way more fun here with all that Kuwait has to offer.
Thank you too very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you. Well, all thanks goes to you, honestly. And with that, we are going to take a very quick break and we'll come right back after this one. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it brings us to the end of today's episode of The Untold. What do you think about it, Jane?
I think it was a very interesting episode. Our guests were lovely. Luiza and Isabella had so much amazing things to say about their experiences, not only in Kuwait, but at Kuwait University. Like they love their professor and the way that they're learning. And I think it's really important to have passion for what you're learning.
Yeah, I think, special thank you goes to Kuwait University because we've had a few students here who are living in the dormitory of Kuwait University, and they all had nothing but good words to say about it, from the staff, from the cleanliness, from the professors, from the, management of the whole place, and how the students themselves, nothing but great words. So great thank you goes to the management of Kuwait University, and thanks for Luisa and Isabella as well.
I agree, and I wish them the best of luck on their studies. And I think it's really amazing that so many people see the beauty of the Arabic language and want to study it and further their own careers with it.
Yeah.
And I also love to see the experience that they were having in Kuwait. It's still early days for them, but I'm sure they're going to experience quite a lot here.
Yeah, honestly, all the best wishes to them. We hope nothing but the best for them. With that in mind, it's the end of today's episode of The Untold. Until the next one, goodbye for now.
Goodbye and see you next time.